So I think that overview of a function and method is clear now. So we'll move towards the different function and methods that are used in string. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm defining a name. I'm giving a string Kabir to the function length, and what I'm doing, I just wanted to find out the length of that word Kabir or string Kabir. So it has how many characters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it should return 5. Now if I say that instead of Kabir, if I am writing Kabir Gupta, then what should it return? Here in Kabir, how many characters? We have 5 characters. Now again I have added Gupta, so here again 5 characters. So total how many? 5, 5, 10. Now if you are thinking that it should print 10, so you can see that it will print 11 instead of 10. Why? Because you are missing one space in between. So I have already discussed that even a space is considered as a string. So here one space is also counted, and that is why we are getting 11 as a result. So that is one simple function that is used in string. Next हम क्या देखेंगे, what is method. Now एक simple difference function and methods के बीच में क्या है, ताकि आप differentiate कर सको that which one is method and which one is functions. That every method you use that with dot, and whatever the variable or value you have, you pass it before using that method. So you can see I'm passing Viplav and then I'm doing dot count on that. But in length, what I was doing, I was first passing that function name length and then I was passing the value. So that is the one difference. So you can see what we are doing. We are looking at the dot count method in string. So what does that dot count do? It will just count the number of characters it has, whatever the characters you have. So what it will do, it will count the frequency of character that you have provided here. That means if you are counting V in Viplav, so you can see if I just print that, it will print 1, because you can see, so even if it has 2V, it is returning 1 because I have passed the small case V. So the V in a small case is only once here, and initially the V was actually in capital letter. So instead of defining that Viplav starting with capital V, if I just print that using small v, now what should be the result? It should print 2, क्योंकि यहाँ पे small v 2 times आ रहा है, that is why it is printing 2. but यहाँ पे एक ही बार आ रहा था क्योंकि small v was only once, there was a capital V that is present here. Next I am defining another string, and the variable name I am giving is string itself, and I am defining a value called Akanksha. So if I just store that name into string, and if I just print that, it will print Akanksha. Now what I want to do, I want to change all the characters of Akanksha into uppercase instead of starting with capital letter and all the small letters. So if I just pass a method that is called dot upper, what it will do, it will just change each of the characters of Akanksha into uppercase. So you can see Akanksha has been printed in uppercase. Now the same thing, dot lower, it will just lowercase all the characters. So you can see it is just lowercasing that string Akanksha. Now there is another method that is called dot find. So as the name suggests, find क्या करेगा? Find will find the index of that character which you are passing. So if you are passing small a, so इसमें Akanksha में small a कितनी बार आ रहा है? That is coming 2 times here, at the second index and at the last index we have. So if I just print that string dot find a, so एक चीज आप यहाँ पे ध्यान देना, that the first character a is in capital letter and I am passing it here in a small case. So it will not take that capital A and it will just find out the small a. So you can see what it is returning. It is returning the second index. So even if it is present at the second index, And also at the last index, what will be the last index? Like it will start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the last index is what? 7. So it should also return 7 now, but no, it will just return the first occurring of a, whatever the a that is coming at the first, that means at the second index. So that is why it is returning 2. नाउ चलो आप बोलोगे कि फर्स्ट ऑकरिंग तो ये रिटर्न करना है. नाउ व्हाट इफ आई वांट the second occurrence, that means instead of this one I want to return the index of that last one, or even if there is another a present in between but I don't want the first occurrence. So in that case what you can do, दैट जो भी आपका फर्स्ट ऑकरेंस आ रहा है उससे एक प्लस करके आप सेकेंड आर्गुमेंट यहाँ पे पास करोगे. दैट मीन्स लेट्स से इफ यू आर डूइंग स्ट्रिंग डॉट फाइंड ए, इट इज रिटर्निंग 2. सो आप क्या करोगे, स्ट्रिंग डॉट फाइंड ए एंड कॉमा एंड सेकेंड आर्गुमेंट आप पास करोगे एंड दैट शुड बी ग्रेटर दैन this one. So that means you just have to increase by 1. So I am passing 3. So you can see if I just print that, it is returning 7. So that means it is returning the index of that second small case a. Let's say अगर कोई और भी a present होता अगर इस name में, so what you can do to get it, you have to just again increase 1 into that. That means instead of 3 you will pass here 8. So it will give the index of like third occurrence of a. So this is how you can play with it. So next concept is what? Next concept is about if string printing. Now before that I wanted to show something you. I wanted to show something to you. Let's say first name is Akanksha and last name is Kriti. Now if I want to combine the first name and last name, what you can do, simply if you know concatenation, what you can do, you can just use first name plus and you can just use a space in between. So this is also a string having just a space and then you are again adding the last name, that means Akanksha, and then a space will be added and then Kriti. So that's how you have just concatenated the name into a full name. Now let's say मैं क्या बोलूं कि आप आकांक्षा कृति जो भी आ रहा है, that should be not just returning Akanksha Kriti. Instead, it should return that full name is Akanksha Kriti. Now, in those cases, what will you do? Again, you can just use that concatenation thing and you can first add full name is and then you can just concatenate the same thing with that. But that is not a good way of doing that. So you can use if string printing. So in if string printing, what you can do, that you can use the print function and inside that whatever you are printing, first of all you have to use a double quotes. So this is the double quotes you have used, then full name is, so that is simply going to be printed. Then whatever the value that you are printing, this is what, these are the variables you have, like first name, last name, these are what, these are variables you have. So if you are using any variables inside a print function, what you can do, you can use a f string before that double quotes, you can use a small f and then you can pass any variable you want in curly braces. So you can see I am passing first name in curly braces and then again the last name in curly braces and I have a space in between, and this one is what, full name is, it's just any string that you are passing, no any values. So it will print full name is and then it will just retrieve the variable you have, that means it is storing Akanksha, so it will store Akanksha here and print that Akanksha, and here last name is Kriti, so it will print Akanksha Kriti. So you can see it is printing full name is Akanksha Kriti. Cool. So we have seen functions and method in string. So we have covered up length, max and min we have not covered up. So we will see that. Dot count, dot upper, dot lower, dot find you have seen. So what are those two things, max and min? Then the last thing we have is the max and min function. So in max what will be happening? Let's say I'm passing Aman and I'm passing max. So what it will return? It will just return any character present in that string that is having highest order. Like in dictionary, what is the highest order? You have seen how dictionary works. The same thing is going to be here. Like a comes first, so it will not return a. So at last, which letter is coming? That n is coming, that is why it is returning n. If I just print min of Aman, it should return a, because a is the first character that is coming in that alphabets we have learned a b c d e f, like that. So this is the simple thing that it is going to follow that order. So that's it in string. So we have seen what is the properties ordered and immutable, and then we have seen the function and methods that is used in string. So हमने length भी देखा, max, mean, count, upper, lower, find, all these things we have seen. So that is the minimal requirement in string to learn data science. इससे ज़्यादा आप जान सकते हो, but that is not required, and if that is required, I'll be already covering up all these things in future sessions. So that's it. From the next session, we'll be starting with list. That comes again under the sequence data type, and we will look into it tomorrow. Till then, try to practice whatever I have taught. And if there is any doubts that you are facing, so you can join the WhatsApp community. You can directly ask there. I'll be trying to solve all those doubts as quickly as possible. Else, you can also put your doubts in comment box. So that's it from today. Till then, take care, guys. Goodbye.